What does creativity mean to you?
Creativity. Just reaching within and taking what you have inside and trying to display it to the public.
ፈጠራ ታይቶ የማይታወቅ ነገር ማምጣት ሳይሆን አንድ ነገር በአንተ መንገድ ማቅረብ ማለት ነው።
የምትወደው ምግብ?
ጥሬ አትክልት፣
ሰላጣ።
ያልበሰለ ብዙ ነው። ሰላጣ ቅጠሉ ብቻ እንዳይሆን።
የማትወደውስ?
አልወደው ምግብ ብዙ የለም።
ቁርጥ ትበላለህ?
አይ
እኮ አትወድም።
ብዙም አልጠላውም ግን
ጥላቻ የለህም?
አልመርጠውም።
ዶሮ ወጥ።
KaynLab, welcome to Musicology.
Thanks.
Good having you here.
Great being here.
Jonovan Cooper and Avi Waldemariam from KaynLab. Let me start with Mr. Joe. What brought you to Addis and when?
First time I came here was, I think, the end of 2008.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a New Year's program. And
At Sheraton, I guess.
it was at Millennium Hall, the program.
But the Sheraton
we were housed at the Sheraton.
Yeah.
And we were brought for the Sheraton actually for a 3-month stint.
Yeah.
But they had us come early for that concert. So that was with the band.
What was the band?
Right On.
Right On, I remember.
Yeah.
Big band.
Yeah.
With lots of horns and funky stuff.
Yeah.
So, you didn't leave to the States till then?
Yeah, well,
Since then?
I've been back and forth for a while. For about 3 years I was back and forth. And then 2011, I finally just stayed.
Moved here.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a lot to discuss. What does KaynLab mean? What does it stand for?
All right, so Kayn is like the long-awaited one.
Okay.
And lab is short for laboratory, because we're always trying to experiment with the music.
You came up with the name or?
Well, actually, my wife came up with the Kayn part.
Wow.
And then we kind of came up with the laboratory in our meeting. Yeah.
Very good. We'll talk about the projects and stuff. Avi, እንግዲህ ረጅም ጊዜ ሳቀ ከተማሪነት ወደ አስተማሪነት ትልቅ ጆርኒ ትልቅ ጉዞ ተጉዛሃል። አሁን ደግሞ KaynLab ውስጥ ትጫወታለህ ሙዚቃ ብዙ ባንዶች ውስጥ። አቢ መጀመሪያ ሙዚቃ
እንግዲህ ሙዚቃ ከኪቦርድ አይደለም የጀመርኩት። መጀመሪያ ክራር እጫወት ነበር። ክራር የሚሰራ ጓደኛ ነበረኝ ጎረቤት። ከዛ እሱ ነው ዋናው እኔን አነሳሳኝ። ምክንያቱም ራሴ መስራት ነበረብኝ። ምክንያቱም በጣም ልጅ ሆነ መሳሪያ አታገኝም። ቀላል አልነበረም። ያው እኔ ሙዚቃ በጀመርኩበት አካባቢ እንዳሁኑ ብዙ ባንድ የለም፣ ትምህርት ቤት ውስጥ ባንድ የለም እና ክራር በመቃኘት የሱን ብዙ በተለይ ባህላዊ ሙዚቃ በጣም ጎበዝ ነበር። መቃኘት ስጀምር መስማት ጀመርኩኝ ይመስለኛል። ቅኝት መስማት ጀመርኩ፣ መለየት ጀመርኩ። እሱ በጣም አነሳሳኝ። ለካ ክራር መጫወት መቻል ብዙ ነገር ነው የከፈተልኝ። ኪቦርድ ሳልጀምር ስለ ቅኝት እንዳውቅ አደረገኝ። ቅኝቶች፣ ዘፈኖች መጫወት ጀመርኩኝ በክራርና ቅኝቶች መቃየር። ከዛ ቤተክርስቲያን መሰረታዊ ትምህርት አንድ ብራዘር ነበር አስተማረን። ሪትም ማንበብ፣ መስማት፣ ፒያኖ ትንሽ ጊታር ነበር የጀመርኩት መጀመሪያ ከዛ ፒያኖ ጀመርኩኝ ከዛ በኋላ ትምህርት ቤት የገባሁት ግን ብዙ አመት ከኮሌጅ ሌላ ትምህርት ቤት ቆይቼ በዛ መሃል ቤተክርስቲያን እጫወታለሁ ቤተክርስቲያን የተማርኩት እዛ እጫወታለሁ ከዛ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ሲያልቅ መካነ ኢየሱስ ገባሁ መካነ ኢየሱስ ትምህርት ቤት ገባሁ ከመጀመሪያው ማለት ነው ዩኒቨርሲቲም ያለው በቃ ባንድስ በተልቦስ ተሰነ መጫወት ጀምሬ ነበር ቤተክርስቲያን አካባቢ ያሉ ባንዶች ውስጥ ትምህርት ቤት ከገባሁ በኋላ ከዛ በኋላ ፕሮፌሽናሊ ፉል ታይም ሙዚቃ የጀመርኩት ከመካነ ኢየሱስ ለወጣ አካባቢ መለከት ባንድን ፎርም አደረግን ከነግሩም ጋር ከነመብራቱ ጋር ከዛ በኋላ ነው ረጅም አመት መለከት ባንድ ብዙ አመት ወደ 10 አመት አካባቢ የተጫወተናል ከዛ በኋላ ነው KaynLabን ከነ ጆኖቫን ከነ ሄኖክ ካስተማሪዎቼ ጋር ከነሱ ጋር ፎርም ያደረግነው እንግዲህ ባጭሩ ይሄን ይመስላል
I just want to know let me start with this you came from the States and you have that huge culture of music especially on the jazz background can you tell me about your childhood your music background and how you became a full-time musician
okay yeah so like most singers musicians I started in church so I grew up as a little kid singing
where exactly are you from in the States
North Carolina
okay
yeah. Small town called Windsor, North Carolina.
I was always thinking about New Orleans whenever I see because you love to play the numbers from New Orleans.
Yeah, I love that. Okay. So yeah, I started singing in church choir. Even when I was little, I was playing some keyboards with the church as well. Went on in band, started playing saxophone, 5th grade. And everything was like band, classical type stuff. I've heard people play jazz, and of course I played saxophone because of someone I heard as well. But didn't really get to play it except for 1 year until I got to college. So there, I wanted to be able to play music that, because up to that point, I was reading music. And so I was like, how can people play something that's not on the page? I couldn't understand it. And so
the other way around.
So I wanted to learn how to do that. And yeah, from there, I just went to Navy band and then taught for a little while, came here, and yeah.
I want to ask you about Ethiopian music. How did you find it when you arrived here? How did you find the sound of Ethiopian music?
Yeah, so for me it was very different. I was one of the few people, I guess, who hadn't really heard it before coming here. And so it was really interesting. I immediately kind of tried to learn some of the modes. I think one of the first singers, I think Abugida was really popular that time. And Ababayo Terry Afro.
Okay.
So that was like my first introduction. And then I started listening to some more traditional things as well. Yeah, so it was really interesting. Some people in my band started listening to it. I started recording the modes, and I think I even wrote some tunes then, like my first time here.
So have you been introduced to Ethio jazz specifically before you came here to Ethiopia?
Nothing, nope. It was all new.
Wow. So you started from zero.
Yeah.
I mean, that specific genre.
Exactly. Yeah.
The reason I say this is whenever I see you play the saxophone and whenever you got engaged with Ethiopian tunes, it amazes me that how the level of performance that you have is amazing. I mean, it's very good. It's more than good. So I don't know. You'll tell me about it later. Not only you are Ethiopian, becoming an Ethiopian musically, you're also married to an Ethiopian and you have kids here. Tell me about it.
Yeah. So when during the 2 years in between, where I was back and forth, I guess I always tried to stay here. So I tried to take a job teaching at one of the local schools, and that's where I met my wife.
Okay.
And we kept communicating then during that time. And then when I moved in 2011, there was more time. And so Yeah, we married and
How many kids?
We have 3 kids. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay. Avi. Tell me about your ስለ ቤተሰብ ንገረኝ። አንተም ባለትዳር
እኔም አግብቻለሁ 3 ልጆች አሉኝ።
ሙዚቃና ቤተሰብ እንዴት?
ሙዚቃና ቤተሰብ ቀላል አይደለም፣ ግን ጥሩ ፈተና ነው። ፈታኙ ነገር ምንድነው? በተለይ የምታመሽ ሙዚቀኛ ከሆነ እና ምክንያቱም ቤተሰብ ሲኖር ጠዋት መነሳት አይቀርም። አምሽቻለሁ ብለህ እስከ ምሳ ሰዓት መተኛት አይቻልም። ልጆች አሉ፣ ትምህርት ቤት መውሰድ አለ። በአጠቃላይ መደበኛ ህይወት ፀሐይ ሲወጣ ነው የሚጀምረው። እንደዛ አልነሳም ካልክ
ከባድ
ከቤተሰብ ጋር አንዱ ዝግብ ይፈጠራል ማለት ነው። ይቻላል፣ እንደዛ የሚኖሩ ሙዚቀኞች አሉ፣ ግን ቀላል አይሆንም ማለት የሆነ ኃላፊነቶችን ልትዘል ነው፣ ልታጣቸውም ነው። ምክንያቱም ልጆች እድሜያቸው ቶሎ ያልፋል፣ ልጅነት ያድሜ ያልፋል። ቤተሰቦቻቸውን በጣም የሚፈልጉበት ጊዜ ረጅም አይደለም። ከተወሰነ በተለይ ወደ 10 ዓመት 11 ዓመት ይሄድ በመጣ ቁጥር የጓደኛና ከቤት ውጭ ያለው ህይወት ይሰፋል፣ ይጠነክራል። አሁን በተለይ ኢንተርኔት አለ፣ ትምህርት ቤት በጣም ጥብቅ የሆነ ጓደኝነት ይፈጠራል። ስለዚህ የማጣት ነገር አለ። በሌላው በኩል ደግሞ አሁን እኔ ደስ የሚለኝ ነገር እኔ ሙዚቃ በጀመርኩበትና ብዙ ሙዚቃ ውስጥ ፕሮፌሽናሊ በኖርኩበት ሰዓት በጊዜ የመጫወት እድሎች እየበዙ መጡ ይመስለኛል። ምክንያቱም 12 ሰዓት የሚጀምር ሙዚቃ መጫወት
የምትጫወተው ሙዚቃ
ለኔ እድል ሰጥቶኛል። በጣም ወደዋለሁ እሱን። ግን ለብዙ ሙዚቀኞች ለጓደኞችም ትንሽ ፈታኝ ነው። ማታ 6 ሰዓት የሚጀምር ሙዚቃ ከበዛ ደክሞ ነው የምትገባው። መነሳት ይቻላል፣ ግን ከባድ ፈተና ነው። በጊዜ መጫወቱ ግን ለኔ ከመለከት ጀምሮ 12 ሰዓት 1 ሰዓት ተኩል ማለት 3 ሰዓት ተኩል 4 ሰዓት ቤታችን ያ ደግሞ ምንም ቤትም ብትሆን የምትተኛበት ሰዓት
ማኔጀብል ይሆናል።
ጨዋታችን
እንቀጥላለን። ሄኖክ መሃሪ ነኝ ከመሃሪ ብራዘርስ። ይሄ ደግሞ ሙዚኮሎጂ ነው። ዛሬ በጣም የምወዳቸውን የጃዝ ሙዚቃ ግሩፕ KaynLab ዛሬ ሙዚኮሎጂ ላይ መጥተዋል። እነ ጆኖቫን እና አቢ ከባንዱ ለጨዋታ አብረን ቁጭ ብለዋል። እንደምትወዱት ተስፋ አደርጋለሁ። ከነሱ አንድ ሙዚቃ አዳምጠን ተመልሰን ጨዋታችን እንቀጥላለን።